Hello, boys and girls, and we are on topic 15, lesson 4. Um, these, this lesson, it hopefully is a review. You've hopefully seen these before, but these can get a little tricky. And what these are called is we're going to be looking at a line plot to either plot data or information, or to use those line plots to pull information from. So over here we have a chart with a bunch of different students and how they threw a ball using their right and their left arm. So what we're going to do is we're going to just practice plotting. So we have a number line. Okay, we're going to use the top one for the right arms and the bottom one for the left arms. And on these number lines, if you notice, we're counting by ones, but in between each of those lines, it's broken up into fourths. So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, okay? And then after one, it would be 1 and 1/4, 1 and 2/4, okay? So that's how our line is broken up. And all you need to do with a line plot is say we have Anita with her right arm through 3.5. I would go to 3.5, and I'm just going to put an X above that line. And I'm going to mark it off that I did it. Okay. Graciela did 3 3/4. So I'm going to come over to 3 3/4 and put an X. Now I have Rich who did 5.5. I'm going to put an X there. Saja did a 6. I'm going to go over to my 6. 4 3/4. I'm going to come to 4. 1, 2, 3 fourths. 4 1/4. So I would go to the first line. 5.5. Now, if there's already a point there, which there is, I just put my next X above that. Matt was 3 3/4. And again, I have another X there, so I just go above it. I have another 5.5. I have 3 X's here, and 4 1/4, or 4 1/4 is going to go there. And the point of plotting this information is now I could look at this chart and I could say 3 students threw the ball with their right arm 5.5 feet, okay, or 5.5 yards, sorry. Okay, I could say 1 student only threw it 6 yards. So now let's practice with our left arm. So we have 1 3/4. So I'm going to go right there. I have a 4, I have a 2.5, I have an 8, we have a 3 1/4, a 2.5, another 2.5, so we just go above, a 2, a 3 1/4 again, a 1.5, and a 3 1/4 again. So I could say more students threw 3 1/4 with their left hand than any others, okay? And that's just how you plot. So you just take your information. Sometimes you have to create your number line. Sometimes it will be given. But all it is you're just taking that information and placing it above the lines where it needs to go on that number line. Now let's take a look on our next slide on what you would need to do if you needed to use that information. So this line plot is already set up for us, okay? And it's the number of cell phone calls made today. So the first question is asking us, what is the greatest number of cell phone calls made? So the greatest number along this number line, these are the number of calls made going along the bottom. Well, 40 is our biggest number, but if you notice, there's nothing above it. So I can't say that 40 was the greatest number made because no one made 40 calls. My last piece of information that has a plot above it is 39. So the greatest number of calls made would be 39 calls. Okay. Another type of question then that they might ask us is, what is the difference between the greatest and the least number of calls? Well, we already know our greatest was 39. Now again, same thing, I looked down, well, 24 is my smallest number on this number line. However, there's no points plotted above it. So I need to look and see here that 24 5 is my lowest number that has information plotted above it. And if I'm looking for my difference, I should be subtracting. 9 minus 5 is 4. 3 minus 2 is 1. So the difference is 14 calls. So on your practice problems, you'll be asked to do a little bit of each of these, of making your own line plot and also looking at that line plot to answer questions. And that's what we'll be practicing in class as well tomorrow when we're looking at all these different types of line plots. All right? Thank you, boys and girls.